Wherever could that blasted mercenary be? Rugged individual, obviously well-traveled. Yes, you should do quite nicely. Are you available for hire? Put simply, I found records of an ancient temple, somewhere in this very forest. I've come to study what secrets it may hold. Travelers become lost, sometimes for days. From what I heard, the forest appears... Thank you for accepting my offer. I'm quite excited to be heading my own expedition. Usually I work under Tellinger, the artificer, but... Oh no, of course not. The Mages Guild still requires me to accompany him on his expeditions. I've just taken a short sabbatical, is all. As soon as I finish my... Well, being Tellinger's assistant is informative in many ways. But I think now's the time to... The ruins within Ebenstadmont are ancient. Perhaps even built in the Merethic era. They contain inscriptions of a It's old, even for a High Elf's perspective. I found translations of only a few phrases, and even those are sparse. An interesting topic for a linguist, perhaps, but for me it's only the means to an end. We're looking for inscriptions. Alert me once you see any gibberish carved into stone. Yes, this is exactly what we're looking for. Why, it's almost as if I can hear the words. Sel Ra Ang Yond. Eastern Temple? Daedra? I don't have time for distractions. Could you hold them off while I finish translating? The inscription indicates that the temple is further up. Quick, follow me! least we're back together. Come on. This forest has to end somewhere. Well, seems the rumors are true. Ebon Stadmont truly does twist around you. Perhaps another inscription will help guide us. Aha! Now let's see. That voice again. Para Ekne. Past pathway? Daedra again? Ah, we don't have time for this. The temple should be just ahead.
Don't you think you're taking things a little personally? Let's just go about our own business.
The room is working perfectly. It's almost as if I'm standing right next to you. I can feel the powerful magic that permeates this place. The maestro's notes said the ancient words were etched into a massive stone. I expect you'll need to... I'm not your tour guide. Just pick a direction and start walking. Wait a moment. Refer to the book and use the rune again when you locate the ancient writing. Have you found the inscription? Not yet, but the inscription is nearby. I sense something else, though. Nocturnal's presence. ancient inscription. You found it. Something isn't right. I feel... our connection breaking up. It's Nocturnal's Earl...
Now that Lathan's gone, we can talk freely. I never expected to see you again. But you shouldn't have come here. These words of power, they aren't meant for mortal eyes. I'm an Earl in the court of Bedlam now. So believe me when I say that Lathan isn't being totally honest with you. That doesn't matter. What matters is that I want to maintain the balance of power among the Daedric Triad. If Lathan translates the language and gives Mephala the secret, she'll gain an advantage that could threaten my prince, Nocturnal. Speculate all you want. I'm here to give you a gift. Nocturnal has authorized me to provide you with the meaning of the mysterious phrase. It's in all our best interests for the Right Master to remember where he hid the heart. The phrase the Right Master remembers, the words he keeps hearing. It's a spell to retrieve something hidden. When the time is right, he just needs to repeat the phrase to reveal the heart's hiding place. I wasn't sure how I'd feel if I saw you or Naryu again. Balmora seems like a lifetime ago, and I'm a new person since committing myself to Nocturnal's service. I wish you weren't involved in this matter. Artaeum is only as isolated as it allows itself to be. First, the Abyssal Pearl allowed the Sea Slode and Mephala to invade the Psijic Island. Then you took Lathan, an Earl in the court of Bedlam, prisoner. We know your moves before you make them. A new life. More like a new prison. Serving at the feet of a Khajiit to become a slave to the High Elf Queen? No, that's not an existence I could bear. I follow the shadowy path. I felt abandoned. Lost. That's when Nocturnal offered to comfort me. Not the Morag Tong, not a Khajiit guardian, not even you. Nocturnal gave me a purpose. Belief doesn't make something true. You stopped me once, but I'm stronger now. More powerful. As for the princes, you're barely a speck on a flea that gets casually brushed aside after a minor irritation. Our princes plan to do away with the laws imposed by other powers. They want to remake Nirn, reshape it to better suit their every inclination. Of course, the court isn't evil. We wouldn't be a part of something that didn't add to the greater good. When our princes are done, war and sickness will be eradicated. There will be true peace and godhood for the court. Tell the Right Master, it's a spell of retrieval.
Finally, I've re-established my connection to the rune. Tell me what Nocturnal's Earl said to you. I can't believe Nocturnal's Earl interfered like that. We're supposed to be allies. Why would she want to stop me from reading that ancient inscription? I can't believe... a spell. Interesting. And somehow connected to the Right Master's forgotten hiding place. I wonder why Nocturnal decided to share this information. She isn't... Right. I told them to interrupt my research before I could unravel an ancient and powerful language. Look, you should come back to Kapora Tower now. The Right Master wants to... I just wish I could have spent a few moments studying that inscription.
Visto, the past revealed.
You are. Quickly, up the stairs. Take care of that thing before it takes care of us. Thank the stars. I think he's coming too.
Am I really an Aetherius? I didn't know they let your kind in here. We of the House of Reveries have no names, only masks. But you can call me Fletch. Eben Stadmont. I'm sorry, but I just don't remember. I must have come here with my traveling troupe, though. Daedra? Mara's elbow, that doesn't sound good. Could you help me find my troop leader? Forte! Is that you?
Fletch, what's happened? The whole troop is looking for you.
Grand Maestro Forte? Why, I had no idea you were in Eben Stadmont.
Grand? Oh no, I'm simply Maestro Forte. Hardly worthy of the title Grand yet. It appears you've saved Fletch from the brink of death. It brings to mind the story of Temerian, who... Daedra? I had no idea. Our watch did report some strange creatures prowling about at night, but I've heard of... The only thing of note I discovered within the temple is a glowing stone in its main chamber. I've yet to translate the stone's inscription, but it may be a track... Excellent. Why don't you and your companion head to the stone? Just follow the path north. I'll escort Fletch to our camp and make sure he's seen to. We'll meet back...
I know this is strange, but let's get to this stone. Perhaps it can answer some questions. The House of Reveries? In Eben Stadmont? Why wouldn't I have heard about that?
Fall away. Future's door.
Did you hear it too? That woman's voice? At first I thought I was imagining it. Future's door. A House of Reveries expedition I've never heard of. Grand Maestro Forte rebuffing his proper title. And the temple room. It means we ventured somewhere we never should have gone. The past. I know it seems far-fetched, but remember that stone we first activated? I thought the inscription... That's my theory, and I'd rather not explore further to find out. Affecting the past has far-reaching consequences. It makes me wonder what trouble we've already caused. But this stone... I can't be sure, in all honesty, but we have to try. This stone should lead us back to our natural time. All you need to do is keep that destination clearly in your mind. I'll follow right behind you. It is quite intriguing. Grand Maestro Forte is the head of Somerset's greatest acting troupe, the House of Rever. The research I've been using to help translate the language here came from an expedition that occurred around this time. Perhaps Maestro... Well, Fletch was very close to death, and I recall seeing bones in our present time, right where I found him injured. Most likely he was supposed to die. As I said earlier, changing the past has far-reaching consequences. For all I know, healing Fletch could have died. I've been hearing this voice since I first started translating these inscriptions. It must be some sort of... Oh, it is rather odd for a mysterious language to speak to anyone who reads it. The misdirecting nature of Ebon Stadmont must have kept researchers from study. I'm not sure what to tell you. I do know that we have to return to our time, and quickly.
Who's there? By Xerxes. It's you. Years and years, and I never could find you. And here you are, back where it all began. Looking as if you haven't aged a day, my friend. So the stone did send you to the future after all. I had feared the worst. That day I tried to follow after you and return to our... I was trapped within Ebon Stadmont. For decades, I'd been studying this language and desperately searching for a way out. But my path would always lead me back here. I must stop myself from ever going back in time. I've been wasting my life within this cursed forest. The Southern Stone. That's the key to... Wait, what's that? Is that... Fletch? Ah!
I'm sorry, dear, but your role has been cut.
The temple. You must go back. Go through the temple. The Southern Stone. Bane away Tendel. Those are the words.
It's time for the grand finale of our little production.
And thus the play continues. I'll see you soon. Such an effort to escape me. I suppose I have what I need.
I suppose it's curtain call. You finally figured it out. Well, and Derwin figured it out, didn't she? But hey, you put all the legwork in. And here you are, just in time to stop our leading lady from ever... Ah, but did you kill me? Truly? Not even an accomplished healer could bring me back? And yes, I did take part in Derwin's final scene. Or rather, I will. Derwin was the leading lady of our production. It was up to her to uncover the mysteries of Ebon Stadmont, to find the true potential of its hidden power. But she found a way to escape. Sadly, yes. And so my part must end as well. I put on quite the performance, though, don't you think? The poor, confused soul, the dastardly villain, the mysterious... Yes, our heroine should be just outside, if I remember correctly. After so many times around, though, I tend to lose track. I told you the very first time we met. I'm Fletch. I used to be a mere actor, but now I serve a greater force. I've served her for quite a while now, helping to find the true power of Ebon. The language here, of course. You see, it's all rather tricky. Only mortals are able to use the language. That's what allowed you to travel through time after all. And Derwin was the perfect candidate to it. Yes, all our heroine needed was the proper motivation. Derwin was trapped within the forest, unable to get out. Then she would hear a whisper, guiding, always... What did Derwin call her? Ah, the Spirit of the Sanctum. An appropriate title as any. She rules over this forest, I think. Don't bother asking me. Mostly because I have no idea. I would have died had the spirit not saved me. And it wasn't too bad. A supporting role at best. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I barely understand and I've lived through it. And it's done now in any case. You made sure...
There you are! How did you get inside without me seeing you? We finally made it to the temple. Oh, I just can't wait to see what secrets are inside. The temple is a trap? What do you mean? A book? Why, this is my handwriting. I've been trapped within this forest for decades now. Trapped within the past. Something trying to... My goodness. This is also... Yes, I agree. I suppose I did succeed in this expedition. The notes you've given me are written by my hand after all. Though of course that me won't exist now since you've stopped me and... I'm sure these notes will give me more details. The best thing to do now is share our findings with the Mages Guild. You know, it may be silly, but I suppose I came here to step out of his shadow. Tellinger is the one who makes brash decisions and puts us all in danger. Well, it is a lovely view, once you put aside all the strangeness.